All right, next is Phineas and Ferb. Okay. Hey, yes, I'm wondering if we are using AWS or another cloud provider like Microsoft for CDN. Can we take URLs from AWS and all our images and build tiered Web 2.0s to them to pass juice to the money site, or could this cause a penalty? Curious to get your opinion on this. You know, that's an old tactic. Jimmy Kelly talked about that way back in, I think, 2000 and what was it, 14, when I went to the certification, Network Empire certification. I think that was 2014. Anyways, he was talking about that way back then when we were doing domain authority stacking, right? DAS, which worked like freaking gangbusters back then. It was crazy how good that worked. And that's where we would do like subdomain manipulation and all kinds of stuff that we would do. And that was one of the things that I remember was taught way, way back then, which was 7 years ago now, was taking the CDN URLs and using those like for images and files and all that, and just hammering them with backlinks and pushing domain authority into the entity or the root domain at that point. We weren't really talking about entity-based SEO then. And it worked. I don't know if that still would have much of an effect now, because I just don't really do domain authority stacking anymore. We do our methods, which is about relevancy and entity and art. So I don't know if that would work or not. What do you think, Marco?
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't, because you're building tiered Web 2.0s to pass link power through. So the tiered Web 2.0s would absorb most of it. Or if you're building it into the AWS or Microsoft or whatever the CDN of choice is, it would still absorb like any of the negative. But I mean, to me, nothing like Google. Nothing works like Google. That's why we're in the belly of the beast. Google doesn't trust anything like it trusts Google. And so we'll stay in there for as long as we can until we can't, and then we'll figure out something else.
Yeah. Hey, it's worth a test.
Yeah, sure. I mean, all of these, see, people come and they come with these ideas, these theories, and the standard answer is try it and see. The only way that you would know is if you try it and see, because if you have us, or you wait for us in the heavy hitter club, of course, if you wait for us to try it, we have a long list of things to try because we're already getting results. And so what we would have to do is put it on the list, because it isn't necessary. With what we're doing right now, the system that we have in place and how we do it, we get results time and again. It's a repeatable process that we've built that works, period. And so to build all of these different things right now doesn't make sense, because we don't really need them. It's nice to have them in the chamber in case something happens. And so we do have all of these other things that we could turn to if something happens. But right now, it just isn't necessary, and hasn't been for quite a while. What is it? Going on 6 years now that we've been using our methods and our system and the way that we do things.